Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso at thewatchbox.com. Your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see here on our channel. It's in the description below. Reach out to tmosso at thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing. And today we are discussing the glorious Moser Cie Heritage Center Seconds, a stainless steel 42mm evocative pilot style. This is a watch that's modern on the inside, modern in specification, fit, and finish, but very heritage inspired per its name in terms of its lines and details. The watch wears easily. 42mm in diameter, it's only 11.4mm thick, which makes it about a millimeter thinner than a Rolex Daytona. From lug to lug, it's 46mm and it uses a 22mm strap size. Throw it on the wrist. My wrist is 16 centimeters in circumference. You can see the cuff shot, it's quite low, it'll fit underneath the dress sleeve. Here's your over the top. You can see that the case is quite compact. The wire style lugs do project outward, but now we'll take a look at the down the barrel shot right here. You can see I have plenty of clearance on both sides of my wrist. I could recommend this watch for a wrist as small as 13.5 centimeters circumference because of the particular way it wears, really no larger than the case itself. Now taking a look at the strap, as I like to say, the hardware and the software. The strap is a wonderful piece. As you can see, slightly distressed natural grain leather with a sheer side showing the layers of construction, a little bit of bolstering to add some volume, a slightly patinaed contrasting stitch, and then turn it on the underside, and you can see it is a brand new Moser Cie factory strap with calf skin on the reverse, and it features a lovely Moser pin buckle, which is stainless steel like the watch itself. And you can see a combination of polished bevels and satin finish with handsome branding. Moser watches are famous for their relieved case flanks, but it differs from model family to model family. And here you can see that the watch is mostly of high polish with a little bit of relieved sculpting on the flanks and a very narrow coining inside the relief. It's a handsome and distinctive look. You can see that the lugs are quite solid and substantial. This is anything but a spindly welded wire lug special from the first quarter of the 20th century. So while wire lug is the look, it is very robust. The crown is an oversized onion style, as you might have found on pilots' watches in the 20s and 30s. We're going to back out a little bit right here. You can see that the watch includes an extravagant, funky blue fume dial. So let's work from the outside in, shall we? Domed style bezel, sapphire crystal, and then we have a railroad track outboard for reading the minutes as well as the seconds. You can see that there is a lovely bob counterweighted polished needle seconds hand. The hands themselves are broadsword style and large. The track is white on black, but it fades from a navy blue or black at the edge to almost a silver blue at the center. That is Moser's funky blue, and that fade or gradient is their fume effect. It's something for which the company is well known. You'll also appreciate the fact that the individual blocks of lume that comprise the individual vertically arrayed Arabic numerals, these blocks have an immense amount of height and volume, and you can really see from this angle that they stand proud of the dial. They're not flat printed features, and that's distinct from almost every other player in the pilot's watch genre. The dial has a metallic sunburst grain that radiates out from the center, and you can see that the printing is remarkably discreet and minimal. Moser Cie, they don't even need to remind you that their watches are Swiss-made because, as they like to say, over 90% of the content of their watch is made in Switzerland anyway. It speaks for itself. Now, on the reverse side, we have a manufacturer movement. This is the HMC 200 bidirectional automatic winding. It uses a magic lever bidirectional winding system, 72-hour or 3-day power reserve. You can see that the balance, which is their own, they actually make the balance, the escapement, and the hairspring at their subsidiary Precision Engineering. The structure is a full bridge with a free-sprung index, making it very shock tolerant. It does feature stop seconds, and you can see the variable inertia blocks recessed into the balance rim to reduce their aerodynamic drag. It has a remarkably distinctive movement architecture. As you can see, the look of the bridges, it's supposed to read as a whole and evoke the 19th century Moser pocket watches that preceded the modern company. But you can also see that there is a double-crested Côte de Genève or Geneva wave that runs across the bridges. All of the screw heads are also black polished, and if you look carefully under that balance beating away at 21,600 vibrations per hour, you can see there is engine turning on the base plate, as well as a lovely satination across the balance bridge with a free sprung index and a full balance bridge. This is a very shock tolerant watch, pivoting on 27 jewels And classically inspired, true, but very modern in its specification. This is a timepiece for any wrist and just about any occasion. It's 30 meters water resistant, so it's not an aquatic watch, but in every other regard, this is a handsome and versatile stainless steel timepiece that straddles the world of sports watches and dress watches from a company that only makes 1,500 pieces a year out of Schaffhausen, Switzerland. Email tmosso at thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details. And we're back with the Moser Heritage Center Second. You can really see those three-dimensional blocks of lume on the dial. They're really cool.